What's up, everybody? We're going to play Connections for February 20th, 2024. Today is Tuesday, and we're going to see if we can make a little bit of a comeback. Yesterday was a stinker. I got a 1, and everybody did great. Everybody did great. It just wasn't clicking. Not trying to make any excuses, but maybe having a student in the wing definitely just made me a little bit more, I don't know, just a little bit more stressed. Fortunately, my next student is not until 10:30, so we have half an hour. I hope that I don't need to use all that time. All right, let's see what we got. We've got a leak. We've got string, bore, chard, wind, drip, rhythm, glob, drag, beat, bead, pea, drop, tier, brass, dud. Obviously, they're trying to get you with taking a leak, a pea. But I don't really think there's anything beyond that. I mean, I haven't heard of like to take a drip, so that's probably a bad category. Globe, I immediately think of adding an E for globe, or glob to globe. Dud to dude. But that doesn't go any further. A dud. It was a dud. It was a drag. It was a bore. Thing is, a dud, does that always refer to something that's boring? It's more of just like a misfire. Kind of like, just something that didn't work out well. But it could be used to describe movies that are just not that good. A drag, a dud, a bore. I just don't really see any others. If something's charred, it's burned. Charred. Nothing else is in the past tense like that, so that could be a little bit of wordplay. Charred. Huh. Let's shuffle these. So, string, brass, and wind would be instruments. The brass, the wind, the string. Do you call a group of instruments the rhythm? Would you call them the rhythm instruments? The rhythm section? I mean, it's the only one that makes sense. It's probably worth a guess because nothing else looks like an instrument. So could these be instrumental sections or types of instruments? Okay, good. So that's good. At least we got that out of the way. I'm missing my yellow. A glob, a drop. Let's see. Then we've got beat. A drag. I think that is going to be another category. A drag. Yeah, a drag. A dud. And a bore. Actually, I don't you. Oh shoot! I think if you call somebody he's a bit of a drip, that also means that he's boring. But my only issue is I don't think that you would call him a dud. I guess you could. So would this just be kind of like not much personality? Party pooper. I think that's pretty good. I mean, obviously, if you don't have much personality, you're probably gonna poop the party. Okay, good. All right. But this again, I usually get into this situation and then I'm completely stuck. So again, P and leak are still here. P leak. It's not gonna work. It's not going to work. Bead. Leak, charred. Charred, okay. Tear. That could be tear, probably. Charred is really interesting. That just strikes me as both unusual in its form and its meaning from all the others. Charred. Of course, it could be like Swiss chard, so it could be maybe a homonym or a homophone. Maybe that's what we're going for, because P could be P-E-A, chard could be C-H-A-R-D, beat could be B-E-E-T, and then leak. I think that's spelled L-E-E-K. And then these other four we'll figure out, but I think these are food homophones. Okay, vegetable homophones. Fair enough. I think food is okay. I think food is okay. I mean, I think the fact that you get the homophone and they are foods, it would just be almost exactly like what happened with minestrone and soup. So I think we can collect a full point on that. Then we've got bead, glob, drop, tear. This is our blue category. Bead, glob, drop, tear. I mean, I think of like eye drop, an eye drop, beady eyes, teary eyed. I don't think that's quite right. Because of the glob, I don't get that. But like tear would be associated with the eyes, eye drops, eye like beady eyes, and glob. Let's try to get this. I'm already beyond the time, so there's no harm in just giving this maybe another minute or two. She's sneaky because glob, drop, tear all can be anagrammed, but like bead, not really. So she always makes sure that even when you think you're on the hunt for something, it doesn't quite work. Um, Bead. I mean, actually, I think these could go by their shape. A tear, a drop, a bead, and a glob of something are all sort of like spherical and shaped. Oh, bit of liquid. Interesting. Um, well, I mean, it's close for sure. Um, I think they are all somewhat spherical in shape. I think that's it. I think that's a solid half point. I don't think we would bicker about that, right, guys? Because usually, a drop of liquid when you look at it, it's pretty close to spherical. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect. Um, and when you're, yeah, I guess maybe the tear, like when you have a track of tears down your eyes, yeah, that might not be too spherical. Um, a tough call. I'm not sure. I'll be safe and just claim 0 points for that for now. But if people think that spherical shaped would be okay, then we could go for it. Definitely because of the glob, and you think of a globe, that's probably what set me in. So the final score for today, guys, will be 4 because we kept all 4 guesses. And I think 3 is fair for the first 3. We nailed those, even though I said food homophones. So we'll say 7, and I won't give myself a point for the bit of liquid. I think that's fair. So we're going to go with 7 out of 10. That's a huge comeback from yesterday. But yeah, I mean, it's just like taking a test. When you're in the company of like the best test takers in the world, getting a 7 is not going to cut it, okay? Because if I got a 7, then everybody else is going to get probably an 8 or a 9, and actually probably a 10. I would say that the only one that will be tricky for people if they're trying to order it will be the yellow and green. Definitely after that, I would have for sure made the vegetal homophones purple, but I didn't care at that point because I'd already messed up the order. So there you have it, guys. A slightly shorter video for my standards, and of course, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next round of connections.